Welcome back to Moving Through the Bible with me, Lauren. We've been talking about King David, who was a great king and always asked God for forgiveness when he sinned. God favored David and chose David and Bathsheba's son Solomon to be king after David. Have you ever been at a birthday party and heard someone say, "Blow out the candles and make a wish"? At our house, we have a tradition of blowing out the candles and sending up a wishful prayer. God hears our prayers and answers us, but because God has a plan that we may not yet understand, we don't always get exactly what we are wishing for. But what if God talked to you and told you he would give you exactly what you wished for? That's not how God typically works, but one time God did exactly this with Solomon. He offered Solomon one wish. As we dive into this week's story, I want you to think about what you would wish for. If you had just one wish, what would it be for? All right, let's move to the floor so we can get ready to start our Bible story. Find a spot and sit down where you can move comfortably but still see the screen. And go! Is my telescope over here? No. Is my telescope over here? No. Okay, it must be right here. No. Oh, it's behind me? We put it up to our eye and adjust. Look who it is! It's Solomon! Hang on tight! We've arrived. We know where we are. We are in King David's palace. We see David looking quite a bit older, sitting down with his legs straight out in front of him. We stretch our feet out in front of us and then point one toe and then the other toe. We see Solomon walk in to see his dad, King David. We hop up and take 4 staggering steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Outside, there's a stable and we see a horse watching us. We decide to pretend to be a horse so that we can blend in. This is a little tricky, so do your best. Come on to your knees. Lift one foot to your leg. If you can't do it, then you can put your foot like this. Next, lift your arms out and tuck one of them under, making the horse's head. Give me a neigh. Neigh! The horse turns his head to see what David is going to say. David says, "Be strong and brave, Solomon. Obey God and you will be successful." We nod our horses' heads in agreement and give another neigh. Neigh! God will keep his promise that every king of Israel will come from our family. Oh, we remember that promise. And remember that covenant between David and God meant that Jesus, the greatest king of all, would come from David's family. We need to fast forward through the Bible times just a little bit. Let's switch horses. Put both these down, pick up the other leg and put it out in front or tuck it into your other leg. Make your horse head again with your arms. Now make a clucking sound with your tongue as we move through the Bible pages. Here we are. We've landed in 1 Kings 3. We are in Gibeon and it is nighttime. King Solomon is laying down asleep. God says,
"Solomon, ask for anything you want and I will give it to you."
We hop up. We put one foot forward and one foot back. Hey, that's the wish thing we were talking about earlier. Will Solomon ask for riches or a longer life? Always winning every battle or game? No, he asked for something even better. Swap out your legs as Solomon puts his hands together in a prayer and says, "God, I am young. I do not know very much about being a king. Please make me wise and obedient to you. Help me to know the difference between right and wrong. Help me lead your people well." Wow, that's a great request. We come onto our bellies and we lift our chest and shoulders up. God says,
"I will give you wisdom. In fact, I will make you more wise and understanding than anyone who has ever lived. No one in the future will ever be as wise as Solomon."
Now jump up and kick your heels up. Because God also said,
"Because you asked for wisdom, I will also give you what you did not ask for, long life, riches, and honor. You will be greater than any other king during your lifetime.
Jump and kick again. Wow! Now that is a great wish. Solomon thanked God and praised him. It's time to head out of the story. Let's take a seat and close our eyes. David told Solomon to always obey God, and he did. That is so great. Thanks for helping me tell the Bible story today. David reminded Solomon to be faithful to God, and he reminded him of God's covenant that Jesus would come from David's family. We also saw God grant Solomon a wish. Did you get a chance to think of what you would wish for? That's great. Solomon's wish to be wise was the answer that God really liked. God rewarded Solomon by not only making him wise, but also by giving him a long life, riches, and honor. This unit's memory verse ties in with Solomon's request. If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God. That's James 1, verse 5a. That's it for today, Calvary kids. Hope you are enjoying your summer. See you next week.